Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. All right, that's working. Yeah, we're sitting here today. And by the way, I want to say hello to YouTube also, because I'm recording this for both here on Twitch and for YouTube. So this is going to export this to YouTube later. And as you see, we're in the sessions window to beginning. Well, that's because, as you can hardly see there, but you might see by the title, this is my beginner's guide to standard career mode. I'm going to kind of go through. I'm not going to really be playing a lot, moving a lot of trains and doing a lot of load moving today, just a lot of demonstration. I did one of these kind of back in when this was in the overhauled, but I had said I'd revisit this at this stage, so this is what we're doing right now. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to do a lot of hauling. I'm going to try to condense as much information into the next couple of hours as I can for you beginners out there. This is not an end-all, be-all guide, but this is what's got me to, in one of my first career in simulator, up to $128,000 inside of about 4 or 5 days. And no, that's not wicked crazy playing. It's just knowing how to play the game and knowing how to use your licenses and everything like that, and getting used and knowing about the grades and stuff like that. You might take you as a beginner player a little longer, but you'll still get a fair bit of information out of this, I hope. Anyways, to start off, when you open the game, you'll be given something like this. We're not going into a lot of detail about this, okay? And you set up either career or sandbox. For most of your gamers, you know the difference there. Yeah, when you press this, you'll be given the opportunity to make the name of the game, or name your save. I'm not going. You can see basically what I've got there. Here you choose your difficulty modes. There's comfort, there's realistic, and there's standard. I'm playing in standard because I like standard. If I wanted realistic, I'd go get a job driving a train. You know what I mean? I'm going to just quickly look here on the settings button. I do understand if you want to change any of these settings, you're going to have to go over here and create your own new difficulty setting before you can change, because these are all defaults here. I did one just for testing. See, I got realistic, comfort, and standard test, and this one I can modify. Okay, but I've got this one just basically here to give you an idea, and I'll just quickly mouse over these, and at the bottom there allows you to train, keyboard, and you can change this too. This can be, you can turn it off, turn it with that means within vehicle, and there, and hello Ginger Fox, how you doing? And then we've got external view. I'll let you just read that down there. Allows trains an outside world from driver's point and stuff. That's probably the camera. And then there's the driver's UI, that there. And anyways, you can go through these. In the interest of keeping this thing quick, and not long and drawn out, this tutorial, this is how you do that. You go through this, do all these, and you get to play with that before you set your game up. But if you just want to get in and get started, then we don't need to worry about this. We just go back, done, and I'm going to discard that, and now we're going to go standard difficulty. That's the basic default one that you get, so you can, comfort, realistic, but like I say, you can go in there and check out what you're actually up against. I do the standard. Now, for the tutorial, if you check the tutorial, you won't have this, because you'll do the tutorial, and it'll give you the opportunity at the end of the tutorial, like it says here, to choose your difficulty level. So, but the thing is, pardon me for a moment. Yeah, and no Steven today. Nope, that's a thing. That's why I'm taking the opportunity to do this. Anyways, like I say, the tutorial, you'll get your opportunity to choose your difficulty level at the end of the tutorial. But for the sake of moving this along, and I've done the tutorial and stuff, we're going to drop in right at the steel mill with the tutorial done. And you'll have to pardon me, I'm doing this over morning coffee also. So we uncheck the tutorial, and we get this, and then we choose our mode here instead. Done that, all set, ready to go, start. And ta-da, you're going to the steel mill like it says, beginner, like this, start. Okay, here we go. Now, I didn't turn them off, so we're going to stop, and we're going to take a minute, we're going to discuss this very quickly here, shortly. Once this loads in. Mods. let's actually talk about mods now. If you're somebody who says, oh, I don't like mods in games, I can understand that. You want the realistic mode, you want all that, well, fine. Let's, matter of fact, okay, that's not a mod you see there. This is here. You're ready, get your first job. You'll end up at this point. What I'll do is I'll zip out of here. Once you've done the tutorial, you'll end up, it'll put you down here. You'll end up here. You'll have your train in your thing, and you'll be sitting here, and damn it, oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. And then you'll have this kind of set up here and things. All right, but then it'll be telling you probably press space bar to continue, go to job. You might have that up on the screen, but the bottom line is, okay, insert order, yada, yada, cancel order, yada, yada. Okay, go to the beds to sleep, yada. All right, continue. Now you're on your own. This is where I'm going to get to. This is where I step in. Okay, this is where I'm going to help now. Okay, so we're here. All right, and the first thing we're going to do, I got to go up here. For all you new people, till you learn to play the game and you get to know where the stations are, I highly recommend. Now, I'm not going to talk about keybinds or anything. I do use keybinds, but I've set mine different, so I don't want to confuse you. You can find your keybinds. I believe if you hit, what is it now? Actually, probably it's the Alt key, yeah. And then you clicked up here. This is all your controls. Unfortunately, I haven't made it that you have to individually hit them again to close the damn things, which I don't like. But anyways, that's your stuff there. Alt takes you back into this. One of the things I hate about this game right now is some of the modes you're in, you have to remember to hit the Alt key to get back out of camera view, or you'll be stuck like this and the train's going down the friggin' track at like whatever kilometers an hour. Anyways, for the first moment here, the first thing we're going to actually talk about, since we're at the station here, and this applies to all stations, and I'm going to fly for this one. I'm going to fly for this. Why am I not flying? Because my number pad's off. There, now I'm flying. Okay, and I'm going to go up a ways. You're going to find one of the big things you're going to have a problem with when you first start this game is finding the friggin' stations. Okay? But you notice, and I don't, because I'm flying, I can't zoom in on it. But you notice there's that green flashing light. Every station, like office, I should say station. Yeah, station office is what I'm trying to say, has one of these lights on it. So if you can't find it, like I did, fly up in the air like this and look around. It'll be the most prominent thing on the map. It will show up. Now understand, I'm also one of the other things, I am not using weather or time right now as modes are concerned, because, and I'll get into how you can turn them off if you're interested in a couple minutes when I talk more about mods here. But I'm not using that because simply I couldn't be bothered with it, and also for interest of this particular, playthrough or guide for you guys, I want to keep it daytime and stuff for now. But I could turn the weather on, and some of the train physics will change. That's something else you need to know, train physics. Well, now, okay, but since now, I'll take an opportunity to show you something else here real quick. And I know I'm going kind of fast on some of this stuff and jumping all over, but this is things I should really know. Okay, I'm in camera mode. Now, say, for instance, I'm here. If I want, okay, I'll start from here. Actually, I'll do it. I'll go back in here where I was. Well, here's a prime example. I went camera mode. I was down on the ground there. Now, I switched back to push. I ended up back where I started off, right? Okay, well, if I'm in camera mode, I fly down here, but I want to stay down here. I don't go out of camera mode. What I do is I hit my teleport. You know the button you use whenever you're walking, you fast walk. I think it's, I don't know what the default one is. I think it's F or something like that for me. I've got it set on my D key. But anyways, you do this, and you teleport walk, but then you will land. It will teleport you to wherever you are. Okay. And then that's where your new walking position is. And if you fly from here, same thing. Why I'm telling you this is that when you're poor, if you want to get out of a station, you don't mind taking a couple minutes, you can fly to any of the other stations on the map. Okay? And then when you get there, you come down close to the ground, hit the D, and boom, there you are. So that's free travel. Calling that free travel. You've got your fast travel where you pay. Well, this is free. That was free travel. Okay? And that also gets into something else later on. Well, remember, when you leave a station area, it despawns. But that only helps when you're actually walking on the ground. And respawns when you're walking on the ground in the area. So if you happen to do that, you come into a station, you see when you fly in, there's nothing here, and you land on the ground, and all of a sudden the cars start popping up. It's because the station's spotting. All right, so we've got into that. We've covered that. Now, the next thing I want to cover, Nexus mods. If you don't mind using a couple of mods, I'm going to recommend a couple to you right now. First of all, above all, actually, we're going to go into the thing. You're going to ignore a bunch that I have here because a bunch of them are just skins. But the first thing we're going to look at down here, well, booklet organizer is just, it sorts your booklets on the table. So they're just a scattered mess. They're all lined up nice and neat order, and you have a couple of choices. So, a couple of choices in that. But that makes it nice and easier. Okay. Now we're going to go down here. Improved job overview. If nothing else, if you don't get anything else, I recommend this one. And the reason why, we'll show you this right now. I recommend this one because, now, I'm going to pick up, okay, ignore what's up on the top screen there because you're not supposed to see that yet. But, all right. So, I'm going to pick up this job. Now, normally, when you don't, actually, you know what? I'm going to do this like this. I'll put that back there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that off. Turn that off. Now, yeah, by the way, this is Unity Mod Manager, and I'm accessing it by doing Control F10. That's the default commands for this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate this flying out. Okay, we've got a load here, all right? We've got all of our stuff here. This is going to demonstrate the spawning. Okay, see, you can even see it from here. See that green flash over there? That's the office for the farm. So this is your key. When you're looking for your site offices, fly and look for that flashing light. That's the one. That's going to do it for you. Now, you'll go from here and you'll go up and you'll see, oh, well, it's still there. But if we touch ground, probably this is far enough out. I'm not sure. Although, by the way, there's a thing called persistent jobs that stops, changes how you spawn and all that, or job spawn and all that. But we're here. Now I'm going to fly back up. And if you'll see, and that's not just not drawn. Well, it isn't drawn because the steel mill has despawned. Okay. Why is this useful sometimes? Well, if you're going to be getting into what I'm going to be talking about in a few minutes, sometimes you can force it to respawn new jobs for you as you're trying to get more money because you got to make enough money to buy license and all this and things. But now it's despawned. So now as long as I don't touch the ground here and go and teleport down in, I can fly in here. You see there's no jobs, no nothing, right? Okay, but now the second I teleport down, boom, watch. Trains have spawned in. Okay, there, you just saw the jobs drop. Everything here, okay? And that's how that works, and that applies to every station out there. So if you come into a station and go, okay, well, I got stuff on, but I'm going to leave the station. I'm going to take off, go do that job, and then I'll come back, get this later. Good chance it won't be here when you get back unless you're using what they call the persistence job mod, which I am not going to get into that. That's not something is a definite must. But now, since damn thing, I thought I turned, oh, I bet you I forgot to save that or something. I'm probably going to have to. I turned it off, save, let's see if that does it. Because I'm trying to demonstrate the difference here, and if I don't demonstrate the difference right now, all right. Let's see. Okay, let's see if we can't make that do that now. I might have to restart the save. Pardon me if I do, but I want. Okay, you know what? I'm going to try this once more, but don't work. You're just going to take my word for it, because I wouldn't lie to you on something like this. Not here to tell you fibs. I'm here to help you out. By the way, as we know, this is where you start off. So once you're done there, you're going to run down to the station down there, just yada yada, you know what I mean? No, but we're going to, okay, and like that, and back up, and the state. Hopefully we're far enough. It's not. Oh no, not far enough. Not far enough away. La da da doo. La da da dee. I'm trying to do this as quick as I can. I'm not going to be running a lot of trains today, really. Oh wait. So I want to cover as much as I can. Pardon me. Okay, now that should have despawned stuff, hopefully. Yeah, there, that despawned things. What I'm hoping to do is get it looking like it's vanilla, you know what I mean? Because normally you don't get that in vanilla. So I'm trying to demonstrate that right now. And boom. And you see the job spawning in, and I don't know, did the numbers go away, or are you going to be a pain in the butt? No, they're still there. Okay, you're going to have to take my word for it, because you probably see it anyways. When you first, in vanilla mode, pure vanilla, with no mods, okay, you're just going to see steel mill and the E81. Okay? You're only going to see that. You're not going to see... pardon. You're just going to see steel mill and you're going to see Harbor Town. You're not going to see the slash B40. You're not going to see the slash E81. So, what that leads you to, you're going to have an issue where... Actually, you know what? This is bugging me, so me being who I am, I'm going to take the time, find that frickin' thing again. There. Toss it on the thing. We're going to reload this. Load this. Yes. Wait. Hang on. Yes. Yes, we're going to load that, and hopefully this is going to do the thing. G'day, habitual and guys out there. Pardon me if I don't pay attention to chat too much. I'm trying to get this tutorial done. Okay, let's see what happened now. Oh, you pain in the ass. Give me a second. I knew I shouldn't have turned that damn mod off. Sorry for the delay, folks. But, you know, you get live tutorials from Peabody, and you have to deal with the crap, too. So. Can I cry now? You mother... Made it... Put up... Shit, but... Alright, well, the hell with it, then. I'm going to turn it back on, and you're just going to have to take my frickin' word for it. Okay, that these things just say steel mill and sawmill or steel mill, Harbor Town, yada, whatever. I'm not lying to you. Anyways, with that mod that I have got, okay, it gives you a great advantage right away. And I want to bring that back up. That's the improved job overview. Because without that mod, you pick up the job and you go, okay, where the hell is the job? The only thing you've got is the picture and the count of cars to know where the job is. So you're running around, you got to run around, yeah, it doesn't take that long, but you got to run around and figure that out. Okay? And you've already got to cache, and this will lead me to something else, and you have to validate the job to find out where it is any other way than to run around. Okay? Why would you care about that? Well, this is why, right here. First, we're going to toss that back down. First of all, I'm going to tell you that to validate a job, it does not have to be on the starting track. It just cannot. Each job, each cut of cars, we're going to take this one for example. I don't know. I got one. Where have I got a license for one here? I got no license. What do I mean? What am I? What licenses do I have here? Oh, freight haul. Okay, I thought that was a freight haul. Oh, I don't have it because it's a long too. Where's my freight haul I got? Okay, I can do this freight haul here. All right, so I've got this, and okay, and this. Oh, by the way, and I'll talk about that mod right now since it's popping up. I also have another mod here. And it's called Derail Valley Dispatcher, right here. And that's responsible for this. And what that's doing for you is it sees, and it works. Well, you frickin' give me back. I hate that. I hate how you switch like that, and it does that. But anyways, so what that's doing for you is it's telling you where your cars are. See? And it's basic on-screen instructions. So no more running around. You know, like it tells you, just by looking at the job on the desk, you know, okay, B20C21. That's basically where it's coming from, where it's going to. Well, okay, well, so yeah, you don't need both. But I found this came up, and then the other one was something that came in later, so I tossed it in. You can either one, but I recommend, I like both of them. So anyways, this is the job right here. All right, so that's that one, and it tells you where it's going and things. I lost my train of thought. Okay. And that's, okay, yeah, that's that mod. All right. Oh, yes, that's where I was going. Okay, yeah, so, now, this is for this. So basically, you'd hook the train up, cash the job in, and away you'd go. Okay, now that leads me to know where this is without these mods. You'd have to cost your job in. You'd either have to go hunting for the job and then validate it here and then hook onto it and away you go. The thing is when you're doing a bunch and you're looking to make money in this, especially with shunting jobs, and I don't have my shunting license yet, I believe, and I'll get into that in a sec. But the thing is with all these jobs, as long as you don't take them out of the yard, you could put them on any track here. Okay, you can put them on any track. And when the yard despawns, probably the job will despawn if you don't put it back. But if it's a job you're taking and stuff, for example, this is a poor example. What we'll do is we'll go over here and, yeah, we'll just throw this off like that. And I don't have a license for that, so for the time being, just for argument's sakes, I will buy that license. No, whoops. No, we're going to get into that in a sec. Cancel, come on, down. Do I actually have enough money for that frickin' license? Yeah, I do. $1,000. Okay, yeah. Now that's something else I'll stop talking about for a second. I'm getting all over the place, but as soon as I get into here on the tutorial, despite the fact, pardon me, that I got $2,000, the first thing I'm going to do is come in here. I'm trying not to burp in your ear right now, so pardon me. And I'm going to buy my shunting license. So I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to do that. But first of all, we're going to print here, and I'm going to talk to you about it. Okay, see, there's the insurance copay, NA, time bonus deadline, NA. It doesn't change those, which is nice. Because, and again, I am popping all over the place, but I'm trying to cover as much as I can quickly here. You can always go back and forth in the video after and kind of figure out what I'm talking about. But all right, so you come in here with freight haul, this, and buy the shunting license. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to confirm that. That's only going to be $1,000 left, but that's okay. I'm not worried about that. And I believe my wallet was on there. And I put my wallet in like that. And then I put my wallet away. And then I confirm, and I've got my shunting license. Okay. And I don't have to keep that. That's garbage. I don't care about that. Okay. But what that does, no. Let's see. Okay. Now we'll cancel that. And I'm going to go down to my stats here. Okay. And that's your stats. What's where you sit right now, basically. Okay, and, confirm. Okay, that's my stats right now. I don't know if I can print that. Damn thing won't print for me. Okay, fine. My current money, I got $1,000. I don't have any orders, but here's where it's important. Copay remaining and total copay. The copay, basically, with an insurance company, I'm sure you've all been ran across this before. With your insurance company, you have a minimum amount you'll pay before they'll cover the rest. Say there's a fire or something, you might have $1,000 copay. I don't know, $10,000. I don't know how that works. But there's a certain amount you pay, and then they cover the rest. In this game, that's your copay. When you're starting out, you want to dump as much of your fuel costs, as much of your damage costs on the insurance company. So do whatever the hell you can, pardon my language, whatever the heck you can, to keep this copay as low as possible until you make your first $100,000 or $200,000. So you got a bit of money in your pocket. Okay, so how you do that is like I just did a minute ago. As soon as you get off of the tutorial, you come in here, you pay your $1,000, you get your shunting. All right, now you're going to make money off of shunting, and we're just going to grab one, and I'm going to give you an idea. Okay, that's no good because we don't have the hazmat license. We're looking for shunting, so that's not the one I want. That's no good. Hazmat, you're going to make me like, there's one I can do. Okay, now, normally these shunting jobs don't have all that stuff below the load and prep train with steel billets for departure. Okay, below that, all those numbers and brackets and all, it's not there. None of that stuff's there. That's the addition of the improved job overview thingy there, okay? But you also see my job thing there is showing me exactly where all the cars are, and it's pointing to them, yada, yada, and I haven't done anything. Okay, well, we're going to get into something else here now. Oh, yeah, now I want to take a second to show you something here. We'll throw that down on the floor down here. That was a shunting load. Okay, and so I catch a lot of people. This is another shunting load. SLs are shunting loads. Steel, okay, now what that says up in the top right corner is steel mill shunting load number 42. And I'm looking for one to load, damn it. Come on, give me one. Okay, this is a steel mill unload. This is a steel mill shunting unload 97. And I've run across this a few times when I'm watching people on YouTube and stuff. These shunting jobs do not leave this yard. What this says to you, when you're looking at this is this is an unload. You need to unload and store the cryo-oxygen that came in from Harbour Town to Steel Mill. It is currently located on track B3 inbound, which is a normal thing you'll get used to. You're going to have to take it to unload it, and then store the cars. And when it says 1 drop-off or 2 or 3 drop-offs, that's how many splits there are. Like, I believe there's one here. Where's this one? See how I've got this one here, 3 pickups? I got to assemble the train, okay, load it, and then put it on the outbound track is what that's telling me. Down here, you see B7S, B8S, A4S, that's different tracks here in the yard. You assemble them all together, and I'm going to leave that to something else in a second here. You assemble them all together on A7, and then once you load it, you drag it out to B6, and then you cash this in and collect your money. Now, you've got 108 minutes to do this, but I'm going to tell you, here's where, first of all, you got to understand Derail Valley, and I should have said this before, Derail Valley is not a rush game. You are here, chill, relax. Take your time. If you're pushing for fast and you're pushing, get this done quick, and you're an impatient person, maybe this isn't the game for you, because this is all about just slow and go type thing. Slow and go. Okay, so we've got this shunting load. Now, normally, most people be, okay, now I want to do this load. I got to go in here. Cat, nope, wrong. First thing we're going to do, we're going to go over and get our train, because as I kind of hinted at before, trains do not need to be on their starting tracks when you take this load, when you validate this ticket. I'm going to call these jobs tickets. When you validate this ticket, the trains don't have to be on their starting tracks. What counts is when you validate it is the job has been completed correctly, and that you haven't left the station with this or the cars. If you leave the station with this job or you leave the station with the cars, okay, before validating them, and I stress before validating them, then it will disappear and it will become of no good to you. So what I've done, I've got this here and I've got everything pointing and stuff. So the first thing, I'm going to put this in my pocket. And now I'm not going to actually do this. But what I would do, I would go over, grab my train, and I'd grab my train here, and I'd run on over and do all my setups. I'd grab my cars here. I'm going to bring that back up. So, yeah, see, there's cars here. Oh, yeah, the steel mill's notorious for this. You got to watch, too. Double check. Oh, yeah, you can check the sides of your cars. See, you check 06. Okay, that's good. I got lucky. A lot of times at steel mill, the car you want on a pickup like this for the load will be stuck in behind other friggin' cars. You know what I mean? So you run into, you have to sort of, and this helps in your time bonuses because I haven't cashed a job in, so I'm in no hurry. I'm running around here, okay. I happen to know I got lucky on this one. That's one of the cars. Now, I'd have my engine here, since I already know, I might walk around and look first of all, but before I start, I'm kind of walking around getting my plan. I got one car here, okay, and I happen to know this is the A7 track right here. This is the loading track right here, and oh yeah, by the way, all the loading stations, although you can't see it when you're flying very well, unless you got good eyesight, they have that orange dot over top of them. Okay, and some of them are in the weirdest place, so you kind of have to look for them. But they're better now than they used to be. But this is where you unload and load. So you put your your consist in here that you're building, and then you would load it. Now, this is fairly long, so anywhere on this track is going to be good for you. Between that sign and at the end of it there is good. And that applies for for all the loading trucks. And you also got a grace period. You got a grace of about a half a car above this. Like, I think it's about a half to a full car length past the sign will still be good enough for you, and you can still load it. But getting back to what I was talking about. Okay, so we found that one, and then I might run over, but since I got that, I don't usually do. I might run over and look and find wherever the rest of them are. But the whole point of what I'm getting at is I'll grab my train, I'll come in here, I'll grab that first car. Now, I might even get a little fancy. I'll drag it out here, line it up with the loading track, and once I get it, you even see me when I do this live. Sometimes I do it. I'll kick it into here. Okay, I won't get in. I'm not going to get into the switching with you guys, but I'll kick the car into here. Now remember, I haven't validated this yet. Okay, and then I'll go get my other loads, my other cars. I'll kick them all in there. I'll connect all that up, and I'll hook up. I'll make sure my local's hooked up and ready to go. Then I'll come in here, and I'll validate this. At that point, once I validate this, I'll run over here, and I'm on the clock. So from the time I validated this to the time I parked this on B60, I've got 108 minutes. I didn't blow any of that time, that 108 minutes finding the train, getting it all over here. I put it here. Okay, it's all connected, already go. Okay, I'm on the 108 minutes. I spent 1 minute walking down here. I load, chunk. I go over to my B60, which is the outbound on the far side over here, I believe. Come on, where are you? That's probably, there's the B60. Yeah, I gotta go to B60. Anyway, where's B60? I'm not doing this 100% the way, so yeah. So I put it on the outbound. That's also something else when you're doing shunting. Make sure your outbound tracks have got room for you. Okay, but anyways, then I'll drop it here. Pardon me. Drop it here, cash it in, boom, done. It will take you about 6 minutes or 8 minutes to do it, if you're doing it right. And you'll have made the $10,000 plus the bonus time. And I'm going to cash this in right now. Okay, now I'm going to validate them. I'm going to do this job right now. Okay, let me see if I can find out what the bonus time is here for you. See all the steps I just went through? Yada, uncouple. Oh, by the way, you don't have to uncouple the train to validate. You do have to put a train brake on, but you don't have to uncouple to validate the job. It says uncouple, but you don't have to. And why I'm going to tell you that is because when you take freight jobs and you roll into a yard with a freight job, if you're doing what I'm doing, if you come in, put your handbrake on the consist that you're hauling, leave it coupled to your train, come over and validate the job, you'll look on your board on here, and that same job is now turned into a shunt unload. So you can just go ahead and unload it. You moved on to the unload track, or you can pick the job up if you want, because most of the time you've got enough time to complete it. But it's up to you how you want to do that. But again, you can move to your unload track, then come in, and you're already hooked up to the train, so you know what I mean? Or hooked up to the train, you just move on over to the unload track, come on in, pick up the shunt unload, toss it in the thing, unload, and then sort, and away you go. Like when I say sort, I mean it depends on how many drops it wants for the unload and stuff. You get used to that. But unfortunately here, it doesn't give you a time bonus. And again, that's a setting sort of thingy. And I'm going to toss this job in here for now. That's a setting. That's in the setting standard. I happen to know standard mode default. It's 100%. What that means is if you complete it within the 108 minutes, you get a good extra chunk of change, 50 to 100% more or something like that of the payout on it. So it's more money. So technically you can make, I'll say on that one shunting job alone, you can make like at least 15, maybe 20 grand on it. And at the same note, with your fees, there's no fees, right? But your fees, no matter what it says here, like it might say you owe $10,000 for fuel, but you only have to pay the first 100 because that's all the insurance company. So so you've made, we'll say, $20,000, we'll say, and I haven't done this for time. I'm trying to squeeze a lot of stuff into this today. So, but I haven't done the shunting job. But yeah, you've made, we'll say, about $20,000, something like that. Depends on the job you've taken on things, and you're still paying $100 for fees. Now, there's another thing about this. You have a fee threshold, okay? And I'm not 100%. I'm gonna cancel this, and we're gonna go down to stats. And I was looking at this here the other day, and I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, so you get a fee tolerance of $5,000. So I believe that's $5,000, but I'm not sure about how that works. But what but the fee tolerance is, and I don't know, I don't trust that limit there. Okay, because I'm in a situation where I got like a $2,000 copay, and I got like $40,000 outstanding, and my fee tolerance in my own save is a little higher than this, but it's not, maybe I'm not doing the math right. But anyways, you have a fee tolerance. And we're going to cancel here, and when it comes in and you do this, you'll have so much fees here, and like I say, and if you try to take new jobs or buy new licenses, sometimes your fees will block you. Okay? Don't pay your fees until you can't do anything. Save your money, because if you've got if you've got one DE2 that's almost out of fuel, 20, 30, 20, actually, if you do if you pay your fees right after your first thing, you're going to pay for whatever gas was used then, and you're going to pay $100 for it. Whereas if you've done 2 or 3 jobs and now you need to refuel or whatever, you pay your fees now, you'll get your refuel, but maybe you've got $30,000 or whatever. You get what I'm saying? Economize, save your money, dump the fuel fee, dump as much as you can on the insurance company. Don't we all like to do that anyways, type thing? So, all right, that's that kind of thing. Oh yeah, now I'm gonna get into this for you. Don't be excited to get licenses. Yes, it can be boring at first, just shunting jump. I see people do that. Oh, I got a freight haul, so they grab their first freight haul. No. Come in here, do as many of your shunting jobs as you can without leaving. I mean, yeah, well, but do as many shunting jobs as you can. There's only a couple, but do as many shunting jobs as you can here. And don't worry about a freight haul job. We'll get into that in a minute. Don't worry about the other licenses. Matter of fact, you can even junk some of these. I don't like to do that even there. They respawn anyways. We're going to get into licenses here for a minute. Now, I'm going to get out. So at the start, you're given the train driver and you're given the freight haul. As you saw, I bought that one. That's all I'm going to buy. I am not going to buy anything else right now. And I'll show you why once we do it in a minute. Okay, I'm going to do that. Right, current orders. I got all these licenses. Okay, and you can, by the way, you can print each one of these licenses. When you're starting the game, I recommend it. You might want to do that, or at least take time to read through them, because you don't just buy the licenses. Let me give you a good example here. There's one. Multi-unit. I think this is a good one. When you go to take the multi-unit, if you want to see what the license is without buying it, just print, and it pops up. Now, when you buy this license, excuse me a second, I got to take a sip of coffee here. When you buy this license, your insurance copay is going to go up to $5,000, up by $5,000. So, and I believe it goes to $5,000. I don't think it's $5,100. Maybe if I'm wrong, whatever. Your bonus deadline, time bonus deadline, is going to drop by 1%. Now, I'm not sure if that's the payout or the actual amount of time it gives you to do the bonus, to get the bonus, but that's going to drop. And at some point in this game, you're going to get to the point where you're not going to, if you're like me, because I have it from overhauled, I have a career where I got $9 million and I just make long trains. And that's what I like to, that's where I'm going to with this too. At the if I went through this career mode, in my own career mode, I'm getting back to where I can do like 2-kilometer trains. I like to build trains that are hard to fit in the harbor. You know what I mean? Like you're in one end and you're already sticking out the other end. So, anyways, back to this. So your deadlines change and stuff, and your copay and your insurance changes. So, and the prerequisite is concurrent 1. So, okay, you can't just buy this. You have to have bought your concurrent license first. So we'll just dump this here. We'll go down to our concurrent. The reason why I'm talking to you about this, where is our concurrent? Right there, concurrent 1. Okay, what's happened here? Uh-oh. Insurance copay $4,000. Now they're minus. So you see what's happening? You're already at $4,000 you're going to pay on your copay. And plus if you go and buy that one, then you add another, what did I say? Another $5,000. So we're $9,000 and you've hardly started the game. See what I'm saying? Type thing. I know you wouldn't have the money to do this, but this is kind of the example I'm trying to set. Pardon me for a moment. So, that being said, you're stuck with, you do your shunting orders here. Now you're out of shunting orders. You have the option of flying out, touching down, coming and then flying back and to force respawns. Or you can do what I do. You're going to grab your job that you do have. You have one here. Where is that one? I think it's that one. No, you're going to find your shunting. Where did I put that job? There it is. You're going to find the shunting job you got. We're going to actually do this job, because I'll tell you why in a minute. I'll show you why shortly. Pardon me. Actually, no, I'm not going to do the job. We'll just fly out and I'll show you. Okay, we were doing some testing here the other day, yesterday, over the past couple of days on the stream, and I'll put that up on YouTube here for the DE2 and the DE6. And we know all reasonably well the DE2 will pull about 200 tons by itself up a grade, providing we're taking a run at it. So, again, excuse me for a moment. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, I'm a smoker, and talking on YouTube, on Twitch, streaming and stuff. Yeah, it does things. Yeah, sure clears the lungs out for you. That's for sure. Anyways, alrighty. So we've got this, and we're done all of our shunting. We want to get out of here. We're bored of the thing. So you might see other jobs here. You might. There's probably not much you can do, actually, come to think of it. Let's look around here. You can't do that one, and I don't recommend you buy your long one right now. You've done all your shunting. We can't do that one. Can't do that. Don't buy logistical right now again, okay, because more fees. You don't want to buy any other licenses. So you got that. You can buy your shunting license. So we're stuck in basically, you're stuck with this. All right, so we're going to say we've picked this up. We're going to, again, what I'll do is I'll hook my train up to this. Then I'll come back. Like, I'll come over here. I'll hook my train up to this thing, and then I'll go and validate it. I'll jump in, and away I go. The first thing I'm going to do, though, as I get into this... Actually, we're going to make this run. Actually, we are going to make this run. Have a little bit of money. Make a little bit of money in the wallet. So we're going to take this run, but I'm going to do it exactly as I say. Remember, too, when you're going down to... Oh, yeah, by the way, from the steel mill, that's south... This is north, if that helps you with your little whatchamacallit map. You won't see me go to my map too much because I know the yards. I'll try to tell you, show them to you as we go along, but I find that map confusing. We're going to jump in here, jump up there. I do this now. Most of you are like, what the hell are you doing jumping up there? A bad habit of mine, sorry. Okay, we got to go in here first. Now, I got keyboard controls, and most people that watch my stream will know that I train surf. I'm bad for that. Okay, so we got all that stuff, and we're just gonna hit the starter button. Again, like I say, you normally roll this thing. Oh, and by the way, you gotta hold that for a second or two. You don't just bang it anywhere. You have to hold it, let it roll on, and then, just like a real car, you don't go boom, and it starts, unless it's a really tuned up car. You gotta crank it for a second or two. Anyways, okay, so, and as it says over here, you should have learned this already. I'm not going to get into those details. All right. But we're going to go up here. Oh, and something I will get into a detail about. Okay, people. You can turn you can turn this thing by that bar. You can go in there, and there's a lever in there you can use. Or, I think this works. You go like that. I've hit my Alt key. And now I can turn this by the mouse. And when they did this, since I saw this in simulator, I jumped down off the train and I kissed the ground. I was like, hallelujah. And I just alt and you're back out. And again, like I say, and I don't have my remote right now, but I do have keyboard controls. So, and I also have, and I don't, the default I think is F4 for this, but I can drive by the panel here because of the mode setting I got. Bear with me a second, I gotta turn the fan on here. I'm starting to sweat. Alright. Okay, we see a flashy flash there. That's indicating I got a brake on. And it's probably my train brake, which, yep, it is. So, or my hand brake. So when I got that off, that means I got all my brakes off. I'm all set to go forward. Whoop. We want to go forward. I'm bad for that. My fingers are horrible for that. Okay, and then, hi-ho, away we go. And don't take a lot to get this little puppy moving, so keep that in mind. That's something else. I'll tell you, don't be heavy on your power. Be nice and gentle. Remember, take your time in this game. Speed definitely kills. You're essentially driving a 40-ton brick on wheels. And it takes time to get that brick rolling and stopped. Now with traction motors and stuff, you got to watch your heat on that. I'm not going to get into a lot of tutorial about the heat on the traction motors. You can learn that on your own. There's other videos out there that talk about that and stuff on YouTube. I'm into the kind of little nuances of other stuff here. Oh, and you'll see a couple other things that popped up on my screen here that I'll talk about in a sec. Just bear with me for a second. Again, this is a mod. This one, it's not updated on Nexus, but there is a way through Nexus to get this copy of it. But I'm not going to recommend it because it's a use at your own risk, and it is a little buggy right now. It doesn't always, you can't depend on it 100%. Like, the numbers are accurate, but just when you need it, you look up and it's disappeared because you've pushed a button and it's crashed or something. The mod's not stable right now. That's why you're seeing this mod here. For me, that's what this is. Basically, it gives me information about the trains and all this. Again, I'm not going to get into a lot of detail about that. Anyways, so we're here now. We want to be going this way down the track, but we've got to go out and go up there. And I see people doing this a lot of mistake. They point their nose out here. No, you don't want to do that. You want your ass, because you're heading north. So you got to head your ass south. I mean, you're headed south, so you got to head your ass north. Now we're set up. Okay, and we're going back on. I don't really need that. I could use it, but I do this because I'm got to make sure I didn't push the wrong button. Oh, brakes. Forgot brakes. And you'll see also that, like I said, I'm not heavy, because if you really put the power on it, you'll see over here, traction motor temp. You want to keep that down because you need that, because that gets too hot, it'll blow you pop the traction motor circuit. And you do it too much, you set the friggin' engine on fire. Seriously, you will. I've seen it happen. Besides, inertia. Remember, train physics. This thing has inertia. If you don't know what inertia is, look it up. It's a scientific principle. And you better learn it if you're going to be playing this. This game has a lot of train physics in it, a lot of real train physics. So I'm going to roll out here. And hopefully we can see this. It doesn't show it there. We're going to stop and we're going to do it. Well, actually, there's a book. Look at a booklet. It tells you what this is all about. Okay. Come on. Okay, now hit the brakes. I'm too far in. Come on. Come on. Hit the frickin' brakes. Pardon me. Whoop. The only reason why I'm doing this is I want to demonstrate. We're gonna give you a quick lesson on grades and stuff. Oh, and I better check in chat. I haven't been watching what's been going on in chat too much here. Yeah. Hey, how are you doing? And I haven't said hello to a lot of people joining because I'm trying to get this done and keep focused here. So anyways, back over here, and we're going to load that. We're going, okay, now up track. Oh yeah, we got to watch that too. So I'm going to take a sec. Oh, did I do that? I'm bad for this. I'm bad for switches too and stuff. So no, I didn't do the switch. Comms. Where's my comms radio? Pardon me for a second. Okay. I don't need that dang thing, and I don't need that. And you gotta be careful, by the way. I didn't cash this in. Steel mill freight haul, but if I left out of the friggin' yard much further than this, that would disappear. So I gotta be careful with this. I can't go far to the yard with that job in my thing. I would have been better off to leave that job sitting on the desk over there and then gone out and do this. That way I'm sure I'm not outside the perimeter, but I happen to know here that you're safe up to about where the tutorial station is. So anyways, back to what I was doing here. Okay, we're going to organize this the way I like it. That goes there, that goes there. 1, 2, 3, 4, perfect. Job can sit there. All right, on 5, and I got that. Now 3, and switch this. Yeah, you can switch them like that through the comms radio. If you don't have the comms radio up, you come close enough, you just hit that thing, and it go like that. Boom. Okay, all righty. And by the way, just a quick note about this particular spot here. Although it don't look like it, make sure you put your train brakes on because of some kind, because this is a grade down here, and you will come back to no train sitting here. I think so. Anyways, alrighty. Now we're gonna hit this, and we're gonna be looking to be making sure we're going forward. We're gonna yank our brakes off. Now we're gonna do that. We're gonna hope We did that one, right? I hope the through track is there. Yep, through track's clear. That's one thing about steel mill. Most of the time, unless you've been through here and throw the switches. Whoops, I better double check that. I didn't check that. Yeah, most of the time the track will be set straight through. Hope, with luck. But again, yeah. And see how I'm burning gas like crazy? I want to conserve my gas. So inertia is your friend. Turn the power off. Coast. Relax. Sit back. Crack a beer if you got one. No, don't be drinking and driving. Yeah, hell, why not, man? It's a game. But we're headed for that puppy right there. The only reason why I'm doing this is I want to demonstrate this to the beginners. This is something you've got to remember as a beginner, especially when you're starting out, if you're going to follow my method here. Because what I'm doing is I've gotten a freight haul job and I'm paying my way from the steel mill down to the harbor. So basically covering the fuel costs. That's what I'm doing, and maybe pick up a couple extra bucks in the same process. And that's something that I do from place to place. I'll go to one, I'll take a second, I'll just kind of talk about that right now as I'm doing this. I'll start here or wherever, or as I'm going through this. Whoa, you little bugger. Yeah, as I'm doing this, I'll finish my shunting in this yard. I'll grab a job that I can haul with what I have without buying a bunch of extra license and stuff, and I'll take it down to the next place. In this case, it's down to harbor. Then when I'm in harbor, I'll do all my shunting from there, and I'll grab another job out of there, probably freight haul, and by then I'll get into that in a minute, but I'll bought my long one license. We'll talk about that in a moment. But yeah, I'll do all my shunt, then I'll take a freight haul to someplace else and do all the shunting there, and then take a freight haul somewhere, and yada yada, and before long, you're going to be 100,000, and you're going to be a couple $100,000, and you'll be able to think about new licenses, and you'll be able to progress on. And providing you're not a complete klutz, and you don't ditch the trains, and you follow proper train practices, and get the pieces there without putting the wheels in the air, you know what I'm saying? You'll make the money, and you'll do it. Anyways, okay, so now we want chunk. We want, what do I want? That one? I think that one, right? Right, come on. That's the one, right? Yeah, that's the one. Let's see, come on. Yeah, as soon as I do that, I can see. Yep, I'm on the right one. See how it points right to it? Nice. And I haven't even accepted this yet. I've been screwing around talking to you guys. I still got a full 48 minutes to deliver this job. Yeah, so anyways, now, think about what you're doing, because you are talking too much and not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Alright, reverse. Don't need to reverse. See, I'm going to do this. I should be able to do this. Let's demonstrate part of the reason why I'm doing this. Come on, are you going to be nice? No, I guess you're not going to be nice. Alright, fine, I'm going to have to. My point is, there's a hill here. And there's a hell of a hill here. If you're coming out of the farm, there's a hill here that will get you every time if you don't know what you're doing. In most cases, when you're hauling, especially with little DE2s, you don't want to overload it, so you don't want to be carrying much over. 200 tons is your max for just one of these little guys. If you stick to that, you're pretty good. So about half of it's rated haul weight. That rated haul weight that you'll find on Wiki or anything is based on flat ground. On flat ground, this thing will move 500-700 tons if you're easy on the pressure. Whoops, I didn't nudge that first. Now, on here, what this says is you're coupled, we ain't got an air hose. Do that, we're all three. Okay? That's the ass end of the train, that's the front end of the train. Why this is flashing is because we've got a train brake on, probably right here. How we can get that through our menu, we get to a camera mode, and it's not that one, it's probably the back one, that one there, boom. Okay, and then I come back out of camera mode, and I didn't fly, but you know, short trains you can do that with. Okay, now, my HUD, and not ignore the HUD up at the top left because you probably won't have that. But for myself, it's yellow. So I happen to know I haven't validated this job. But we're ready to rock. Okay, so before I do it, I want to take a stop. We're sitting here. Whoops, still in. Okay, there, fine. Okay, before I go any further, we're sitting here about to start. And a lot of times you'll find this as a beginner player, this is going to be your starting position. Once you've done all your shunting and stuff, if you're on the kind of rate track as I'm thinking, this is where you're going to be sitting. Your next task is to get it to the harbor in one piece. But first of all, you got to get it out of the steel mill. And it looks pretty simple here, but if you look close, that track seems to get a little high up there, don't it? Because we go through that cut right there. That's a little bit of a grade to that, isn't there? Yeah, that's because there is a grade. Anyway, so all right. Now I got to come in here, and I got to teach you a little bit about grade physics before, but I'm going to do that by driving the train, not in here. So now we're going to accept this job. Boom. Now we're on the clock. I know where I'm going, and I don't care about that. I know where I'm going. I'm going to the harbor. So what I'm going to do, first of all, for you guys, right now, let's see if I can do this. Close that damn thing. Okay, there it is. Yeah, we are here. We're going to run down through here, run down through here, down through to here, and down into the harbor. And we got, how much time did it say to do that? What did he say? 4, 5. We got 48 minutes to do it. No sweat. We've already saved a bunch of time by waiting to validate until we're ready to roll. All right. Now, up. I'm going to do it like this. Normally, in my own game, I have the remote. I'm going to put it forward. No, I'm going to put it forward, not put the... Come on. Stop. Pardon my fingers. Okay. Reverser. That's reverse. That's forward. Away we go. Okay, we're nice sitting. Nice 29. We're worried about our traction motor temp there. That's 29 right now. All right, we're going to start rolling out here. We're not coming on fast. We're not coming on hard. You see that traction motor speed's going up? We don't want that. We want to get our speed up. We're going to watch our speedometer. As long as we're gaining speed here, we're not going to be too much. We also got to be going at a certain speed before we get down to the end out here. Track speed here is 50. You want to be doing about 50 by the time you hit the end there. Okay, 10, 11. Throw a couple more on. Hopefully I'm not going to make a liar of myself. We got to get going here. We got to get moving. We ain't going to make that hill. No flashing lights. Your brakes are all off. We might be already in trouble. But okay, now let's see if I can show you. Got that there. Right here. .6 of a grade there. That's going to change in a second. Yellow over blue means you're climbing. We need to be putting the power on here because we're in trouble already. Not a lot of trouble, but we're in a little bit of trouble because at 176 tons, which we're carrying, 211 including the locomotive weight, we're pretty well at our limit for what we're doing here. We're going to keep on, we want to, it's not this part, it's right up in here we're in a problem because, believe it or not, as you come out of here, that's a 3% climb. So when you're coming across here, you got to be booking it, man. Yeah, see, look at this, 1.8. So that's why, I'm trying to keep my speed up and trying to keep moving. And this 1 point's a ways here, so we got to watch what we're doing. We got to hope. Because once we're up here, but this is where a lot of beginners will fail. And how this works, and if I fail at this, I'll roll back down and go to the far side of the yard, get a big run up at this, and then go. When you're first starting out, I don't even know if I'm going to make this. You're first starting out, and I'm not going to add any more power on because I don't want to cook my traction motors. 1.3, We got to get up to the plateau up here, where it flattens out. Yeah. $77. We might not make this. We might not make this. I might not have been going fast enough. Well, that's why I'm doing this one haul for the beginners. Yep, choo-choo, Raven. Welcome. Tutorial for beginners, or Peabody's Beginner's Guide. If you're new to the game, I recommend you watch this video from the beginning. And hello, YouTube out there. I'm going to put this up on YouTube after, so good day, YouTube. Well, we might just make this. By the way, both my hands are free. I'm sitting here, my hands are in the air. I'm not doing nothing. Yeah, we're going to make it. And I happen to know, see, when you've made it to here, you're fine. You've made it to here, you're fine. So we're headed to the harbor, we're laughing. Still got to watch our temperature, and we got to watch our speed now. Now is where we got to watch our speed. We got 80 some odd minutes, it said there, so, you know, not too worried about it. We'll lose our time, but again, you know, even if you don't make it, even if you got there in 2 hours, you know, instead of 80 minutes, you know, 120 minutes, you'll still get your base payment for it. If you want to get there within that time period, then if you get that, then you get extra money. Your base payment is there no matter what. If you fuck up the train, of course you have to pay fees, but then that's where you dump it on your insurance company, because at the most, for my fuel costs, I'm going to pay here is $100. Okay, 74, we're going to throw a little bit, but I happen to know there's a 60 coming up right there. That's a 60 grade right there. I also want to double check. On damn one. That there, yeah. I could be using my comms radio for that, but I'm not. We gotta watch our speed here. Remember what I said too? Okay, we got a 70 there, but okay, I'm gonna make a mention about that to use new people out there. 70, 80, 100, those postings you see, that's the maximum speed you want to be going. And if you're coming into the sign and you're at that speed, unless you're going up a grade somewhere and you know you're going to lose a lot of speed in the grade, man, you already should be sweating bullets. I'm telling you. As you'll see, I'll run through here 60 at the most. The other thing is, okay, and that there is an 80, and I happen to know it's going to bounce up there. That green triangle, the green border triangle there, means the speed's going to jump by 20 kilometers an hour at the next speed post, which isn't that far away, actually. Reverse of that is that sometimes you won't get warning for it, or you will and you'll miss it. The speed can drop from 80 to 60 in a short amount of time. You know what I mean? And if you're going 80 and you hit a 60 zone, you ain't going to be going 80 much longer. You ain't going to be going 60 much longer either, depending on the place you are. We're going to roll this because I know we got a bit of speed here. Be interested in getting this done. And actually, we're probably at a point. Yeah, see, we're on level ground here. See, technically, I can, to conserve fuel, I can come off of this and just roll along. I got lots of time, nothing to hurry. Why power through it? Yes, it's a speed limit of 120, but that's a maximum speed limit. I never want, in this game, you hardly ever see me running over 60 kilometers an hour. 60, maybe 70, depends. Oh, yep, that's right. Raven, derailing is not fun, and I'm playing this for people that want to play this game, want to keep the steel, the wheels on the steel, and earn the money. Because here in my own career save from the new simulator when I started it, inside of 5 days I had, and that's not 8 hours straight playing, that's 3 or 4 hours a day playing, maybe 4, yeah, 4 we'll say, and taking my time at it and stuff. Inside of about 4 or 5 days I had $100,000 under my belt, and I was just through the shunting and through what I'm doing right now. Mostly it's shunting to start you off. As you see here, I'm just chugging along 48, watching my speed, because I know around the bend up here I'm going to have to come down to 40 anyways. Well, maybe a little bit more, but, you know. I might throw a little bit of power on to get there. I get a little impatient, but yeah. As long as I'm rolling forward, and I'm under my and I got lots of time. I know I got lots of time right now. And remember, like I said, and I'll show you this when we get in. When we roll into the harbor with this job, speaking of which, I don't even know where I'm rolling into the harbor with this job. I better get into that. Turn my speed off. And where did I put that on? 5? Yeah, and that's going, where is that going? Oh, it's going to the C2 inbound. Alrighty, fine. I never figured out why they do that, but a lot of the time, if I could get the right button, I'd be doing good. Why they do that? But they put a lot of the steel slab will go into the gas pumping area, the gas loading section, or the gas part of the yard, which I find strange. We better throw a little more power on this. Yes, I'm chugging along slow, but I'm doing that to demonstrate. You could go a little faster, but really you're burning fuel and brakes for nothing, causing damage that, well, your insurance will pay it now, but later on you're going to have to pay it. So the sooner you get into this practice of learning, this is not a speed game. This is a move a large ton of weight safely as you can by keeping it on the rails. You'll see why I haven't been powering through this too, because coming up here in a minute, all the speed we would have had through here to make a little bit of time, we're going to have to dump up here. Matter of fact, I'm already a little quick. And here's a little trick. Watch this coming up. Watch this. You see? 60 here, right? Oh, well, you watch. We got a 60 there. This is for you new people out there, by the way, that don't know this already. I'm trying to demonstrate how Derail Valley speed limits work and stuff, and how you end up derailed in Derail Valley. We're going to roll in here, and you'll notice, oh yeah, I better check that too. Shite. Come on, turn. Beautiful. See here? 60 to the right, 70 here. Okay, but watch this. Coming around the corner, we got a 70 there, 60 here. The next side will be a 40, and it ain't far away. So don't think you got miles and miles to go, or kilometers and kilometers to go, and my speed's already way too quick. I never go down through the valley here much more than 40, although I proved yesterday you can get away with 50 in some cases. But I'm 40, I'm happy. And my throttle will never go on now until I get into the harbor. I don't need it. We're all downhill. Use the train's weight. Save your fuel. No, don't turn off the frickin' engine. You need the air compressor. That's something else. These train brakes will heat, so every once in a while you want to come off them again. You don't want to be riding them all the way down. Give them a chance to cool off. While we're rolling through down into here, and no, I'm not going to keep running trains today. I got a few more comments to make and stuff. Yes, I'm putting a little speed on here because I've allowed it to get a little slow. But I shouldn't even really do that. Yeah, you mesh cool in the lake. Yeah, that's the last place I want to put it. We're going to let her go a little bit here, but not too much, because we don't know how to. The more you let it go, the more you have to recover for it. The key thing is when you're first starting out, when you leave, if you're going to follow what I'm doing, when you're leaving, like you saw there, don't take more than about 200 tons, and make sure you get a good run on it, and you'll haul out of the steel mill no problem. And you'll see why I'm going to get down. I'm looking to get down here too. And if you're being impatient right now, going, come on, a little faster, a little faster. Nah, I don't need it. I don't need to waste the fuel. Yes, I know I got the only hunt I can afford to waste the fuel right now because my copay is not very much. But, you know, practice now for later when it matters. Besides, we're already back up to 40, so you're going to get a little spicy here in a minute. If you're not watching what you're doing, things will get really crazy. Oh, if there's anybody out there that happens to watch this and see and laughing at me the way I'm doing the train brakes, going, if you're really doing that in real life, you'd be dead on a train. You're probably right, because I am not a train expert like that. I've kind of learned how the train brakes work, and I'm still asking myself why they invented the fucking things like that, pardon my language. Like, yeah, I know safety feature and all that, but it seems like the regular truck air brakes with the spring that pushes them on is a better, safer method. I don't know. Because these damn things, they'll lose pressure if you forget to put the handbrake on, they'll roll away. Or if you don't have enough handbrakes on, they'll roll away. Again, a grade, negative 1.5. Red over blue like that means you're going downhill. Pay attention or you're going to be going downhill. A bunch of the testing we did over the past couple of days, which could be up on YouTube also for the DE2 and DE6, was done out of the harbor here on this hill. G'day, DC. How are you doing? Welcome to Peabody's Survival Guide. Or Beginner's Guide, actually, I should call it. Uh-oh, pay attention to what you're doing, because you're not going to survive at the rate you're going. We learned here the other day that this up here is not a good place to be hitting the turn more than 40. A little too slow, but oh well. Now I let it free roll down the valley here when we were doing the testing, the weight pull testing here the other day. We were about 50 some odd kilometers an hour when we hit this. Needless to say, we hit the wall. We didn't stay on the track, right straight through here. It was quite a calamity. Wasn't many cars, but it was a calamity. And folks, we are headed into the harbor. This, if you've never seen it before, is the harbor. This is also where if you're not paying attention, like I just wasn't, things can get really crappy really quick. It's right here on this part of the track for a very short section. There's a 3.0 grade. The sign says 2 point something, but I can say my HUD there tells me at a certain point you hit 3.0 for a second. Maybe. Even still, 2.5, that's a pretty nasty little grade. A lot of people left their guard down here and they never make it into the harbor. They crash at the other end down here. But you notice all the way down the valley there, I touched the throttle a couple times, but I didn't have to touch the throttle. And make use of that. Remember, you got weight behind you, so use your throttle when you need it. Use your train weight and your inertia whenever you don't need the throttle. And even here, you got to watch your speed, eh? 'Cause this is where I've seen it get people too. They'll figure, okay, I'm free and clear there, and then all of a sudden, wait, what am I doing? 40, oh my God, 45, boom, you're done. Do not hit this any more than 40. And I happen to know where we're going, so at this point. Now, I happen to know that the C yard's just right over behind over here, okay? And it's what I call a blind yard, where there's no exit point. It's in one way in and one way out. There's just all the tracks meet at the other end. So I'll go past it up here, and then I'll back into it type thing. Yeah, this side track here is the one that takes you. That's your roundhouse and your train storage there. For you steam guys, that's your water and coal service there. When we come around the bend, the C track is the first right down there. The E section are the tracks off over there. The G tracks are the ones over there, and the D tracks are down further and off to the right over there. This is the way into C, but like I said, I'm going to roll past it and I'm going to back in. And I'm not, again, I could throw a little more power on, but what the hell, yeah. And I'm able to drive the train like this because I do have I have my keybinds preset. So, as long as I'm standing on the train, the engine of the train, I'm okay. I make it. Oh yeah, I got far enough. Okay. And like I said, if you do that, and we're going C2I, which is the inbound track. By the way, when you're coming from other places, your loads will go. I believe unless they're, I think the logistical hauls might be a little different. I forget now. Hey, Wide Track, how you doing, man? Logistical hauls might be a little different, but I know for freight hauls. From one station to the other, you'll always end up dropping them on an inbound. So that's what it is. It's not, yeah, see, that's C1 siding, I believe. This here, where I'm going C2 inbound, C3 loading, and there should be an outbound track here somewhere. Unless it's the siding, I don't know, where the hell's the outbound track here? Maybe they don't have an outbound, maybe they just have a siding here. I don't remember. Oh, I guess they just have the siding track here for that. They don't have the outbound here. But you'll have outbounds too for when you're doing shunting and stuff like that. Oh, I went over there and forgot to check if I probably am lined for that, but I'd better check to make sure I am. Lined and lined. Yeah, and C2I is always the center track there. Of course, it doesn't change. Up here. Da-na-na-na. Come on, brain. Get up on top. Thank you. And throw it in reverse. They're up at the brake. Thank you, and away we go. Okay. That's something else too, especially when you drive longer trains. When you take your air brakes off of your train brakes, listen for the hiss and give them time to fill up. Give your reservoirs time to fill up, because if you apply the power before the brakes have released completely, you're wasting fuel. And this little bugger eats fuel. Now, you could do some fancy stuff and kick this if you wanted and thing, but I'm not going to bother because I want to show you something else now. I remember what I said up at the steel mill. once I was done, and I pulled this down here, I did this to pay my jobs down. Now, I'd already had other money made from the steel bill from doing my shunting, but that isn't the case here in my wallet because I want to get this through. I didn't want to take days to teach it, like take a whole stream and do a bunch of shunting jobs, you know, for get as much content in as least amount of time as possible. Now, once I'm in, like I said, as long as I'm at least halfway across here, that should be good. The only thing I gotta worry about right now is I go camera. Well, no, don't want that camera mode. 3 camera mode, and I just want to kick a brake on there. Okay, now I would now normally try to remember. Turn your engines off. Save fuel. And again, green flashing light. It don't look so green from here, but green flashing light. The flashing light is where the station is. So, okay, and I'm into the station. And I've left it deliberately connected because I want to show you that too. I take my job, and I should be good. There we go. Got it done in 25 minutes, so I got a bonus of 50%. Basically, I got a 50% bonus, right? Yeah, base payment was $8,000. So on a job like that, you get a 50% bonus. So I made $12,000 for that one job, plus what I would have made at the shunting if I'd have done shunting up at the steel mill. So I'll pick up my money. Now, let's look at our fees. Oh, $8,000 owed. We pay $100. But wait, we're not going to do that. We're not going to pay that right now because we can take our shunting jobs. We can't do that one. I'm going to get into that in a sec. Take that, throw that over there for a minute. We can do this one. That. We can do this one. So right there, let's do quick math. There's $3,400 plus 50%. $2,900 plus 50%. Can't do that one. Okay, I'll throw this one on a separate file because I'm going to explain that in a sec. Pardon me again for a moment. Dry throat. Okay. Now that one, those are the we can do from pile. Look over here. I don't care where they're going. That we're going to have to worry about in a minute. That one's hazmat. We're not going to do that one at all. We're not ready for that yet. Okay, that's hazmat. We're not going to do that one either. So pickings could be a little, well, we can do that one. Okay, so right there in itself, I'll spread these out a little bit. Right there, there's 3,000. There's, okay, well, actually, yeah, there's $3,100, $2,900, $3,400 plus 50% on these because you're going to make the time bonuses, no problem. Okay, so you do the math. By doing that, you're going to do all these. Okay, and then what also, once you've done these, or depending on how you want to do it, like how much actual money do we have right now? Let's check our wallet. Okay, we got, see, look at this. We've already got $13,000. And how long have I been playing this since we started today? $13,000, just like that. Boom. Couple shunting jobs, one freight job, away we go. Actually, no, we didn't even do that. I did one shunting job. Oh, no, I did one freight job down here. That's it, that's all, and I've got this money. Plus, at the other end, I brought my shunting license. I started out with $1,000. The game gives you $2,000 to start. So technically, I've earned $12,000 by doing one job, and I'm down here, and I'm ready to rock. Okay? Well, I say I'm ready to rock because I'm ready to make more money. But am I going to buy more licenses? No. Well, actually, yes, I am. I'm going to buy one more, but I'm going to... Hey, it's up to you. How do you want to do this? Okay? How do you want to do this? Me, I would go ahead. I'd pick these jobs up. I would do them, make my money off of them, and then I'd go for the next thing. I'd clear them, kind of, knock them down, okay? But my point being is at this point in the game, and remember, I will do these jobs by the method of go find them, assemble them all. They all need to go over, probably. And because I've got the advanced or the improved job overview, I can just look at them here, and I can see that I got to pick them up. This is a load. So this is a load job here. I'm going to have to load this. I'm going to have to go to these tracks here, pick these cars up here, C1S. That was basically beside the track we were on there. They're both got to go over here. Okay. And they're both on the same. So there's 2 cars on one track, basically. What it is. There's actually, wait, there's... What the fuck's wrong with that? There's something not right with that. 1 pickup, 4 cars. Oh, okay. And they split it. Yeah, okay. It's confusing me. It's a little buggy how it reads. Basically, it's telling you there's 4 cars on C1S. You got to pick up, take them to the load track. Okay. Load them and drop them on the E2 outbound is what that's saying. Okay. Now this is where this is going to come in handy, and I just realized that, so I'm going to take a second. We're going to focus on this particular job. Because this is a load job, and I'll pick it up. You see... And if you're not using these mods, yes, I'm selling these mods. If you're not using these mods, you're going to look at this and you're going to see, okay, 4 white cars, and I got to load them. Well, okay, but now I know it's C1S, but imagine you don't know it's C1S. So you come over and you're looking around, where the hell are these cars? Okay, well, we'll go over here, and assuming we've searched the rest of the yard over there, we haven't found them yet. Okay, and how we're finding them, wait a sec, C1S. Wait, there's no white on this? What's going on? Remember, we've got to load these cars. So we're going to look here. Oh, that's not it. C1S. Am I even on the right track here? I think I got the right track. Is this C1S? Yeah, C1S. Remember what I said earlier at the steel mill? How you'll get things that are buried? 0875. Uh-oh. Oh, way the hell down here. So what you're going to have to do before you even get this car... Hey, you got 36 minutes to do this job, by the way. But before you can even do that, and without these mods, you can see what kind of predicament I'm talking about here. How you'd be kind of, what the hell, where are these cars? You'd be running around checking the faceplates of every one of these frickin' cars for the right job number if you don't use either of these mods. Actually, at this point, this is where the second job dispatcher mod comes in handy over top of, and I'll, give me a second there, I'll get rid of this other here for... Pardon me for a second. Come on. Oh, frickin' right window again. Give me the right window. There, alright. F10. And let's see, where is that HUD? Like that. And we'll save. Oh, you used to do that for me. Anyways... I'll move it out of the damn way for now. We'll ignore it right down there for now. But that's where the job dispatcher comes in very handy here. Over top of the enhanced job, the overviews. Because what you're going to get, like, you don't need the job overview if you've got the job dispatcher. But, like I said, I like them both. Well, the job overview, the enhanced overview, you're going to get see what you're still, but we're in a situation, where the hell is it on here? There's no white cars, okay. Job dispatcher going to help you, it's pointing to them. Right here, and it points to the middle. So you know 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the number? 75. But now this is where I'm going to take a second. You got 36 minutes to get these cars from here to the loading track of the E20. And they're piled in behind all these guys. All right. Yeah, see, look. 08's here, sitting here. Logistical Hall 08's here. So if you want just that job, you're going to have to move them. Or you can come into the backside here, like this, and this is a bit of work, with a small shunter, and come in and nose into 1 or 2 of these at a time. I think you get 1, maybe 2 in. I think 2. I think 2 will fit. Yeah, 2 will fit. 1 or 2, but you take 1 or 2 of these at a time, take them from here, pull them out, so you'll separate this actual job, pull them out, put them on this track, grab the other 2, put them on, and pull them up, and reconnect them here, pardon me, and either push them out, or go around again, and pull them out, and put them on the other track, put them on the loading track. But, if you're going to do that, don't validate the job. See, I haven't validated the job. I can do all that work, and this job's not validated. Once I get the stuff over on the D7 track, then I'll validate this. Then my 36 minutes will start. Then I can go ahead and do and do it inside of 10 minutes or whatever type thing. Same applies for your shunting, for your onloads, but it's kind of the opposite. You got to bust your butt a little bit with those, because you pick it up, take it to the onload truck, then you go over, validate the job, unload it, and then run and drop it off. So if it's 3 drop-off, you usually got enough time for it nowadays. But yeah, that's the case of that, okay? But we've got that, and I've cashed in that. Now we're going to look over here now. What do we got here? Oh, well, geez, what's happened? A minute ago, look, that's on my train. That was a freight haul. What happened? Oh, that's changed into a shunting unload now. Okay, all right, it's already on my train. I'm doing shunting jobs to make money. So yeah, if I'm just one, and I can recommend, okay, and sometimes it does pay to do your loads or something before you do your unloads, depending, because you got to watch, because you could technically bury your trains, because your onloads want you to separate your trains and put the empty cars in certain areas like that. You see what I got at with that there? That wasn't a loaded train, so it didn't look like your job. It was just empty cars, and you have to make it look like your job by bringing it over and loading it, and then it'll be ready to go. And then you'll have the cars, the containers on it, ready to go. But, anyways, and like I say, you got to watch, because sometimes if you're doing unloads, you'll bury your load jobs. So I like to do my load jobs first and then do my unloads later when it comes to that kind of thing. But like I saw a minute ago there, we had 07. There's the job we just brought in from the steel mill. It's already hooked up. I could technically take it over, unload it, and then drop the cars off. And I believe I talked about that a minute ago. We've got that done. So, that's that. Last couple of things I want to mention. Okay, any train that occurs fees on it will not despawn out of a yard. So, if you're like me, after you get playing the game for quite a while and stuff, you want to have specific train. You want to know that when you come into a yard, there's 4 frickin' locos sitting there for you, waiting for you. Because if you pay all the fees off them, the yard has a certain way it likes to spawn locos and stuff for you. So, and if you're like me, you like to be able to do trains that are a kilometer long and stuff, you need at least 3 or 4 locos. I prefer the DE6s. Okay, well, of course, there's no other ones, but the DE6 is the pull boy. So you want to have a few DE6s kicking around. As long as you don't pay the environmental fees on them or completely clear the fees off on that particular train, it will stay spawned for you in wherever you leave it. Keep that in mind. Okay, that's more of a thing later on. You don't have much choice on it right now, because as you pay the fees here, that's going to clear and there's nothing you can do about it. But later on, when you've got fueling, the ability to fuel on your own and use the roundhouse to fuel and things, what you do is you pay for your oil, you pay for your gas through manual refueling, but you don't come in here and pay your environmental fees. Let them stack up. And then at some point, if you want to clear off your environmental fees on a particular train, get a load on the train, get a job validated, and as you validate the job, as you're leaving the door, give me a second. My throat's sore, getting a little dry again. I got to stop and take a sip of Coke here. Pardon me. Yeah, like I was saying, if you want to clear your fees on a train, do it while you're still in it and it is running, or while you can be turned off. But the idea is you want to be in possession of it, and you want to be incurring more fees on that train right away if you want to keep it live in the game with you at that time, and don't want it to have to despawn. Because if you pay all the fees on it, as you leave it in a yard, like the harbor or wherever, and then you leave that particular spawn area, the train is a chance of despawning, and it won't be back here whenever you come back. And you might be, okay, well, I'm coming back, I'm going to set this up, I need an extra local when I get to this yard. Boom, you're going to get back there and you ain't going to have it. So that's the best way to do that type of thing. Let's think. Oh yes, regarding licenses, and also something else I'll tell you. Most of, especially in here when you're shunting, I've got one train I came down with from the steel mill with. I got it sitting over there. There's one here. It's all fueled and ready to go. See? Full of fuel. So, as long as the job thingy... Where the hell am I now? Yeah, as long as this job thingy over here will allow you to accept jobs, don't pay this. Rack it up. And you'll just have to pay the $100 right now. Now, okay, now we're getting to one last thing that I almost forgot about before I wrap this up, because we're just about done. Oh, believe it or not. Okay. More shunting. The only license you're really interested in at this point, once you've got as much shunting done, is you want your long one. Why you want your long... That's not a hazard. No, that's not the one. I'm in the wrong pile. That's the pile. You want your long ones. Because they make money, and it gives you a few more choices when you're in the yards. And most of these, because you're on flat ground, see if I can find one here, 456, if you manage your power correctly, you can do this with a DE6, or DE2, pardon me, not DE6, a DE6, no. DE2, you can do this job with a DE2, although the DE2's rating is 400 tons. You can do this providing you manage your power. Now, in wet track, I don't know, you'd probably have to use a bit of sand and stuff, but providing you're not a big lead foot and you take your time and stuff, the DE2 will push this. In overhauled, and I believe I can still do it here. I don't know about a wet track, but I'm pretty sure with one DE2 in this yard, given my time, I can get about 800 to 900 tons moving and control it, but not taking it out of there. Just move it to shunt it around and stuff and things. So, got that. But now, what I would do in this situation, I'm sitting here, and we'll say I've already done all the other shunting jobs. We'll say, okay, we'll pretend we have, and I've got more than 13 grand on me. Okay, I've done them. I've got probably up to 20, 25 grand or something because I did the shunting up there. I could even have 30 grand on me by now and things like that. But anyways, what I'm going to do, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go over to here, and I don't know, I might have to pay my fees before I buy my license. Okay, but we're going to go down, and the first thing we're going to do, the only thing we're going to do, I'm going to skip all the other licenses. I don't worry about train driver license, nothing like that right now, because that changes your fees. Don't want a concurrence, none of that. We want train length 1 for $1,000. Actually, sorry, what is that? Sorry, that's 10,000. For 10,000, we're going to make that investment. Confirm. Not cleared yet. All right, fine. Got to clear our fees. So cancel that, play that. Oh, pay $100. Okay, insert the wallet. Bump. For $100 gone. Copay done. Now that train I used, if I leave this yard, it will despawn. It'll despawn off of that track over there where I left it. Pardon me. Okay, now back over. Cancel this. Go down. Licenses. Let me just make sure I got enough money here. So I was looking at 12,000. Not worried about it. Because remember, my copay is not going to be that much. So, all right, down. And yeah, getting a long one does increase your copay. We'll actually print it and show you here. See? To $1,900. Plus the 100 I have, that answers, will bring me to 2,000. Okay, it also kills my deadline by 2%. I'm not too worried about that. I'm shunting right now. Whatever. Whoop-de-doo. And again, still, even if it does, your base payment on all your jobs, like this job, no matter if you take 3 days to do the job, you're still going to get that $4,500. All right, so, you know, at bare minimum, that's what you're going to make off the job. But, okay, we've done that, and we're going to pay for this. So we're going to light that. We're going to put our wallet in. Bump, like that. And wallet goes away. Confirm. Yay, we now can do long one. This allows us to move loads up to 10 cars. Okay? Oh, yeah, see, it says out there. And also, you don't get it. Now, if you re-rail the train, it's going to cost you money. Again, though, that's where the copay comes in, and we'll look at the copay right now. Don't have any fees, so but I trust me. Actually, I can do that through my stats. Down here. Now our copay is $2,000. So, but that gives us a nice. Yeah, that gives us and I don't trust this fee tolerance thing here. I know we've got a fair amount of money here. So basically now what I'm going to do, and we don't have any fees right now, what I'll do is I'll start doing all these shunting jobs that are laying on the floor here, as much as this I can do, get them all done on stuff, and don't pay any fees. And if I run out of fuel on one shunter, I'll grab another shunter, and hopefully there's more than one in here. I'll grab another shunter, and I'll run out of fuel on it. But I should be okay because well, I paid my fees, actually. I had to pay my fees to get that license. So, I've got 2 shunters in the yard here, probably. Let me see. You got one there, and I should have that other one. Where did I put that other one? Over here. That's over here, right? Right. Is it here? Did it stay? Yeah, it's right there. Okay, so I've got this shunter, which is full of fuel. Okay, and I got that shunter, which is full of fuel. And if we're lucky, sometimes we get lucky. We got lucky? We didn't get lucky. No. This is DH4. We'll get into that later. Yeah. So basically, technically, what we've got is we've got two DE2s. We can run out of fuel before we have to pay fees on them. That means we can use them for shunting. And if we use them conservatively, you won't even need the one. The one shunter will do all these. And then you'll come in and, you know what I mean, and then you don't pay your fees unless you absolutely have to. And then you grab a load, another shunting load. Well, not a shunting load. What you do is you take another load. We'll find something like, for example, this one here. I won't get into details. Food Factory, that's a long run up. Okay, but it's a pretty, not bad run. That's through the steel mill again. But I'll decide where I'm going. If I want to go to Food Factory, fine. I'll take a load. I'll go up to Food Factory. I don't have to go back to steel mill. I can drive right through steel mill with this up to the Food Factory up here. Once I get to Food Factory, and we know what we're going to do. We're going to take a moment. Okay, so we've done all of our thing here, right? All right. So now, say for instance, and I'm not going to run that for that time. We grabbed this job. We took this job. We're all loaded up. We're done. Okay, we're on our way up to the Food Factory. Boom. So, yeah, that's the thing. All right, now, so what I'm going to do, and you can do this in the game, but I'm okay, Food Factory. I'm going to fast travel up there. You know, we'd be driving the locomotive up there with the freight haul right now, paying our way up there. But I'm going to do that, and then just to demonstrate this, we'll come up here. I'm not going to do a lot up here. I'm almost done. But I wanted to show you this one in particular. Okay, we're in the Food Factory now. Put that down. Put that down. Okay, and we'll pull in here, somewhere where that job would have said, cash in. And lo and behold, boom. What do we got there? We can do that one. We can't. Well, that's not even what I want. We can do this one. Plus, don't forget the job that we just pulled into the yard, we can do also. We can do, no, we can't do that one. That's long too. We don't want to care about that. That's long too. We can't do that one. Well, that's going to be particular, isn't it? Making me, oh, there's another one we can do. So we got 3 more jobs we can do there, plus the one we're going to pull into the yard. That's 10 grand right there. Okay, what's this one? There's three grand there, plus bonus, and the 7 grand there. And how long have we played the game? Now, this will be over probably day 2 by now, depending on how much you're going to play the game. You know what I mean? But then away you go. And then once you've done that, you look, and okay, so we got another one back to Harbour Town. So we grab this and back to Harbour Town. Or if you don't want to go to Goodson Factory. But you get what I'm going at. And I'm not, at any time, buying any more licenses right now. And I'm dumping my fees as much as I can, because despite everything else, well, as I say, my copay is $2,000. And also, if I need it once I come up here with that one particular little train, we're going to have 2 shunters here to work with. Aha! More trains than we need. If we run out of fuel with one, jump in the other one. Run it out of fuel, jump in the next one, run it out of fuel, then pay your fees. See what I'm saying? Save your money. And again, you'll notice the flashing light. The green flashing light. Okay? Fun fact about the Food Factory yard. South. This is south out of the Food Factory yard. You better make sure you got your man pants on. We're going to walk up here and 2.1. When you're coming out of here, you better make sure you're cooking. Okay, it's not a big, okay, actually we'll fly this. It's a big, long 2.1 slug. I'm not going to fly all the way over, but up and around the frickin' mountain up there, you can kind of see where the grade. You got to make sure you're coming out of this Food Factory, you better be moving. Like, not too much over moving, you don't want it off the rail, but you can't. If you're going to start from here with the DE2 and couple of 100 tons, you ain't going to make it. Okay, you want to be moving. You want to be back in. You want to take a bit of a run at that, going out that way. Same thing over here. It's not as bad. I think the other end of this one here, I forget what this one is. I don't think this is quite as bad. What is this one? Yeah, see, this is a 1.5. And so, wait, let me look at that again. My eyeballs are being crazy here, right? Yeah, okay, yeah, 2.1 and 1.5. This is what they call a hump yard. Each end is down into this yard. And for anybody that's very curious, we'll put it right here. I think this is, oh, I don't, where is that down there? Oh, it won't tell me because I'm not on a frickin' train. Okay, alright. I forgot about that. Anyways. So yeah, that's about it for that. Yeah, okay. Anything else I can think of? Yeah, in this game, you're gonna have, you have a DE2 slug, and there's videos out there. There's different garages throughout the game. Let's see in the map here. I pushed the wrong button. There's different garages throughout the game to get certain things. You've got the hand cart you can unlock, the hand car, which is one of them old style pump hand cars. You can unlock that. You unlock the slug, and you've got the locomotive, and there's respective in different places there. I mean, certain different yards like Harbour Town and Food Factory and stuff here. They have stores, and the stores have keys for this stuff. Now, these stores can be a bit hard to find, so I'm not going to go through every one, but I'll fly here, and I'll show you what you're kind of looking for. And I recommend, matter of fact, I believe that's the store here for Food Factory, yes. It's called Shop. But I recommend you fly and look for the little blue building. Okay, because this is the guy. Now, I think there's a couple places, might be two of them, but you're best off, and this is where you come in, and you can get certain things like this here, I believe. Yeah, Old Bob's garage key, and that's for one of the things. I think that's for the hand car or something like that. Where are those garages? Well, that's where the fun comes in. You find out on Wiki, but yeah, one of the garages, I don't know exactly offhand. I'll leave that to you to figure it out. Where is that? No, one of the garages, I believe, is off this spur right here. Not sure 100% now. And there's that one. Okay, yeah, and there's something off. I believe there'll be something off of this little spur here too. And basically check the spurs. There's a spur there. There's something there. I'm pretty sure there's something off that one. I think that's where the caboose is, right there. Okay, and I think that spur is where the hand car is. And there's another spur that's your house type thing. And then the final spur you got to worry about is right here. That's where the slug is down there. But you can eventually explore that yourself. You can't fast travel to them, so grab an engine to like the city here and bugger off up there or something like that or whatever. Okay, but that's that. Yeah, as you can see here, City Southwest is a blind station. There's a few of them. There's one or two of them. Goods Factory is not really a blind station. There's a turnabout in it. It's a loop station, this one here. This one's a loop station. Anyway, I'm not going to do a lot of more detail, but I think I've pretty well covered just about everything. So the bottom line is, if you follow that guide, you just keep on that. When you get up around about, I don't know. When you get up around a couple of $100,000 or whatever you feel you're comfortable with, that's time to start buying your licenses, folks, and going on with things. Don't be in big of a hurry. The other thing is, when you're rolling track, if the grades change, keep an eye on that. Get used to that idea. Don't be in a hurry. Watch your speeds. The posted speed limits are a maximum. If you're doing over that much, you're probably already in the dirt. We're going to cut her short for today, folks, as that's about the end of that tutorial. I want to thank everybody for listening in. Have a good one. I'm out of here. I'm gone. This will be up on YouTube. Bye-bye.